All right, well, welcome everyone to our team huddle tonight. Oh my goodness, it is July 1, and I guess you can see by the looks of the numbers of people on here, it must be a busy summer for most people, for most of everybody on our team. But no matter what, we show consistency in our meetings, in our weekly Zooms. We're very consistent on having them every Monday night because if you can't be here live, you'll watch the recording, and everything that we share is really important to building our businesses. So the first thing I wanted to talk about this evening is goals for July. You gotta write them down, because if you don't write your goals down, you have no idea what you're working for. And if you have no idea what you're working for, you're more than likely not going to do any of the work, right? Because if you don't have a goal, then you're not going to make the effort to do the work it takes to reach a goal that you don't have. So write your goals down and then share your goals with your sponsor. If we don't share our goals, then we can kind of like when it gets busy or it gets hard, we can kind of push those goals to the side. Well, nobody knows, so it doesn't make any difference. I'll just be a next monther and let them go by. So share your goals with your sponsor. Have some accountability so that we can move our businesses forward every single month. All right, so I just wanted to give a couple updates. There, we have monthly nation Zooms with the home office, with Arbonne Home Office VP Zooms, and so they gave us some information in the month of June that I thought was really important to share with you guys. All right, Arbonne is exploding in the numbers of promotion. The numbers of promotion have more than doubled from this time last year. So not just doubled, but more than doubled. There's a 23% growth over this time last year. I mean, it's growth in sales, just overall growth for Arbonne. So most retail has single digit growth. So if you look up growth for retail sales, it's in the single digits. But the growth for Arbonne and our sales and our online sales is almost 23%. So that's incredible. So that just goes to show you people are wanting what we have. People are looking for healthier products. And in April, online shopping was higher than retail sales. So the percentage of sales in April was higher in online shopping than it was actually in the retail stores. That's amazing. So that just goes to show you that we are at the right place at the right time. And then talking about promotions, that there is, I want to give some numbers. So in May, there was 1,378 new district managers. I mean, that's amazing. That's awesome. If there's 1,000, that can be any of you and anybody else on our team if you want to promote. New area managers, there was 215. New RVPs in May, 45. And I just have to tell you, there has been no time in my 10 years experience has there been consistently in the 40s numbers of RVPs being promoted monthly. It used to be 2 or 3, 4 or 5. So it just goes to show you that the products we have, the timing, and everything we have right now is perfect for you to grow your Arbonne business, for you to promote to region and nation. And then there was 15 national vice presidents promoted in May. I mean, that's huge. And so let's talk about June for just a second, and let's just talk about Cecilia's Nation, because I'm on the Cecilia Stoll Nation page, and just so far posted on her Nation page is, I gotta find, where did I put that? Hold on. I just lost my notes. Okay, all right, here they are. I lost her. On Cecilia's region, in Cecilia's Nation, just posted so far today, there are 7 new RVPs. So this is just Cecilia. You know, there are hundreds of other MVPs, nations, okay? So just in Cecilia's nation this month in June, 7 new RVPs and 3 new national vice presidents. So, I mean, it's happening. It's the right time. If you want to promote to these levels, you just have to do it. And if you watch the Nation Zoom, you just have to do the daily method for success and just do it consistently. And if you do this consistently, you're going to build a successful Arbonne business. So I just wanted to let you know how real growing your business is. It's not pie in the sky. It is, if you want it, you can have it. It is there for you to earn, to do. All right, so I am just now, because that just leads us right into what Krista is going to talk about tonight. So Krista, I'm going to let you take it away and tell us about some sponsoring.
All right. So I was listening to this awesome Zoom by Debbie Neal, and it's called Own Your Month. And so that's the name of the Zoom if you want to go, and it's not a Zoom, it was a SoundCloud, to go and listen to that. But basically, she was just talking about sponsoring and how we need to sponsor up. And so really what the analogy that she used is maybe, you know, I'm driving in the car and, you know, and I'm like, she's talking to me. And so maybe this will be all some of you. So she said, maybe your leadership is a level 7, and a 7 means that, you know what, you know, you're not as consistent as you like to be. You feel like you're pretty solid in your leadership, but you know what, sometimes, you know, life gets in the way. Sometimes, you know, you're not as good as, you know, with the, you know, managing your mind. There's a little bit of a crack in your belief. And, you know, on your ask, you're not necessarily, you know, going and asking the people on your chicken list. So if you look at the people that you're asking, maybe you're looking at their leadership and, you know, it's maybe a 5. You're looking down and you're going, how come they're not sponsoring? Well, it's because if you're a 7 and you're not going and you're sponsoring up to these 10s and you're sponsoring 5s and you're noticing that there's not that growth there, think about if you're a 7 and you're sponsoring a 5, what do you think they're sponsoring? They're sponsoring 3s. They're sponsoring 2s. Well, a 5 doesn't know, hey, I should be sponsoring up. I should be sponsoring a 10, because even at a 7, you have a crack in your belief. You're inconsistent. You're not good at managing your mind. So if at a 7, that's that way, what do you think it's like at a 5? And then at a 2 and a 3 and then 1. And so that's why it's so important that we go and we lead from the front, and that we go and get up to that 10 when we have that crack in our belief, or we're looking in our organization and we're going, there's not the movement that I need. That's when we have to pour back into ourselves, and we have to become the 10. And then we have to go and we have to go and sponsor the 10, because our business deserves nothing less than a 10. And those people that we're sponsoring deserve nothing less than a 10. And so it goes back to what Ashley was saying on our nation call, is being, you know, kind of a little bit picky and, you know, wanting and putting on our vision boards, you know, who it is that we really want to sponsor. You know, we don't need those needy people. What does Cecilia say? She doesn't give CPR. So people that are 10s don't need CPR. So it's actually doing, you know, each of us a favor. But the name of that call is Own Your Month by Debbie Neal on SoundCloud.
Oh, thanks, Krista. And that is just absolutely, I mean, there is so much truth in that. And that's, you know, why you'll always hear, you know, in Arbonne, we'll say, get out on that skinny branch and ask people that you're afraid to ask, because normally we're afraid to ask because they're more successful than we are, or they have more of something than we are, and we don't feel like we have anything to offer them. Well, no, that's your crack in your belief, but no, you need to ask them anyway. And because it is the successful people, the really busy people who do so well in this business and who move so quickly in this business. So we always want to really work hard on sponsoring up. And, you know, and I have to tell you, it's hard for me also. Jill knows, hey, I have asked every doctor in your office to join my team. You know, I mean, I have done it. That was hard because I'm just the doctor's wife, you know, and I'm asking them to join my Arbonne team. But I've done it. I've stepped out on that skinny branch. And we have to ask people who are more successful, you know, in in society's eyes, and I don't feel like they're more successful because I don't nearly have to put in the hours that they do and make the income that they, that they do. So it's, but it's your head trash. It's what you tell yourself is that, oh, they're going to say no. What are they going to think of me? Who cares? Ask all of those people on your chicken list, just ask them to take a look at your business. And one thing that I really think is really helpful, and George, you talked about this on the Nation Zoom, is that, when you're asking people, to take a look at the business, and especially if you're new, and especially if you're not extremely confident, and if they say yes, send them a video. There are tons of video out there, Discover Arbonne videos, but what's best is if you send a Discover Arbonne that you made. Because they're going to be joining you. And so, you can send them your Discover Arbonne video, and you can send them somebody else's. But I think it's really important for you to send your own Discover Arbonne video. Where do you get the verbiage for it? Well, it's easy. We do the Is Arbonne for You. I mean, that documents on our Facebook page, that documents on Cecilia's website. Use the Is Arbonne for You. Be real in your video because they're joining you. It's you that they're going to say yes to. So just be real in that. Send them that video. And if you want to, you can send them a video of somebody who's like them, a nurse or a real estate agent or somebody, so you could send them that one also. But I think it's just really helpful if we send our own videos or somebody on the team. If you guys want to send my video, that's great. I'm actually getting to record, I'm re-recording mine so it's more up to date tomorrow. And so it'll be available after that if you want to send mine. But again, I really encourage you to record your own Discover Arbonne, upload it to YouTube, and that way you can send it out easily. All right, so thank you, Krista. Thank you. So we are all going to be asking 10, sponsoring up. All right, Kelly, I want you to share about your your experience, your journey, just whatever you want to share about promoting to district manager.
Thanks, Kim. Well, I don't think I've done anything that all the rest aren't currently doing or haven't done to get to district manager, but I did jot down a few things that that kind of stood out to me. And the first I want to say is that, and Brenda knows this well, I'm a process girl. I need to put things in place and kind of move through those things. I'm also experiential, so I need to practice and practice. So I feel like I built somewhat slowly, but it was important for me to do that. I kept changing up my scripts and kind of working through. What was interesting to me when you asked me, Kim, today to talk to you all, and I thought back through what shifted, because something definitely did shift for me. I think it shifted just a little bit before GTC, but GTC really lit a fire for me in a few ways. I mean, just the inspiration alone. But the part that I can really put my finger on is the session that John David and the new chief marketing officer, the woman, I forget her name, did to talk about the 10-year strategy, the 10-year plan. I have loved Arbonne. I have really stood behind it. I have that in my script when I'm talking to people. This is who Arbonne is. This is our story. This is the philosophy. This is what I love about it. But having that 10-year plan, knowing that they're working toward a B Corp, knowing that they're going toward 50% reduction in plastics by 2025 and zero waste by 2030, those are things that I have added now into my talking points that get me lit up, and people see it. I feel it. I feel that since GTC, my whole presentation has gone up a couple of notches, partly from that information, but also just I started hitting really close to 2,500 a month, and I knew I could do it. So I just kept doing that for the last 3 months. I know I can get to 2,500 all by myself. Certainly I want and I will sponsor team members and business partners and bring them on. But I know I can do this $2,500 brick by myself, and I kind of needed to prove it to myself. So when I was able to do that, that was another shift that I felt. Let's see, what else did I want to mention? So, and then come June, so I did the district manager qualification over 3 months, so the $7,500 total over 3 months. In June, at the beginning of June, I don't know, June 1st or 2nd, I was boxing with Brenda, and I said, I will be district manager by the end of the month. Then about mid-month, I said, I will be going to Oklahoma City as a district manager. There's just no other option. There's just no other option. And so that was a real, I knew it, but I needed to have her hear that. And I want to just shout out to Brenda as my sponsor, because all through my journey, all these, 10, 11 months, she has known exactly what to do for me. Sometimes I need to be pushed. Sometimes pushing me is going to push me over the edge. And she always seems to know exactly. So she heard me say, I am going to Oklahoma City as district manager. And a couple days later, she just left me a quick boxer. You're going to Oklahoma City as district manager. And that was the motivation that I needed to push through at this end of the month. And then the last thing I want to mention, and thanks to you, Kim, for this, I did read cover to cover Romy's book at the beginning, back last summer when Brenda sent it to me. But I didn't know what I was getting into at that point. So going through it again now for a second time, I'm picking up things. I'm realizing that I had let go of some elements of scripts that are so critical. So this has been really valuable to go through that book. One of the things that she talked about is don't apologize. Don't. And I realized I was timid up until this month. I was timid in not asking for appointments, but following up from appointments. Oh gosh, I thought we were going to talk today, and here I am on your voicemail. And next time it's convenient for you. I was just timid, and I'm not timid anymore. I'm saying we were going to talk today, so I'm going to call you at 2:00 tomorrow. And if there's a better time, you let me know. Otherwise, you'll be hearing from me at 2:00 tomorrow. I've just lost that caution. And I think that made a huge difference. And then the other piece in Romy's book that I just read is to get my 100-person list organized. I have a 100-person list, but I was really struggling with, I'm a very organized person, and I haven't gotten my Arbonne business as organized as I would like. And I realized it starts and it ends with that list. So that's what I've been working on this week, is to just set up an organization system so I know where people are. So that's where I am.
Fantastic, Kelly. Oh my goodness, that was full of lots of great nuggets. So thank you so much. And again, congratulations. Your consistency paid off. I mean, it was so evident in your business that
This makes a difference.
It does.
This makes a difference. This was huge for me.
Yeah, and I thank you again for sharing that on our Team Boxer, because truly it has made a difference in the summer for me, because I can also, just like the rest of you guys, get sidetracked in the summer. And, I make sure I do this every day, and I do mine 6 to 7 days a week. And that might not be for everyone on here, because that might not be your goal. But my goal is to get the national vice president. And I know that if I'm going to get the national vice president, I have to be consistent, and I have to do the things. And these are, real simply put, the things that will grow your business. And so if you do them every day, or as many days a week as you're going to work your business, if you do them consistently, your business is going to grow. These are the things that we do, and your business is going to grow. So I can't thank you enough, Kelly, for sharing that with us and with me, because I love it. As you can just tell, I shared it with our nation. So it's great. All right. Let's see. So next week, July 15th, not next week's not July 15th. What's next week? Next week's July 8th. July 8th, I'm going to be camping, and so there's not internet and all that. So I'm going to try to be on our Zoom, but Eleanor is going to lead the Zoom next week, and she may change it to 8 o'clock. I don't know. She's going to post it because she has more people on her team on East Coast, and she thinks 9 o'clock's a little late. So we'll just see. She will post it on our region Facebook page, the Zoom for next Monday. She will lead the Zoom. I will try very hard to get on with my phone as long as I have bars, you know. Sometimes it kind of in and out at the campground, so I will do my best to be on next Monday. But I want to let you know, so July 8th Eleanor will be doing the team huddle, and then July 15th we will pick back up with the with Get Over Your Damn Self, and we'll cover chapter 5 and chapter 6. There's some really good information in chapter 5 and chapter 6 that I want to cover, so we'll do that on July 15th. So I'm going to just end it here. We've been on here just a little shy of 30 minutes, but most of you guys were on the Nation Zoom, and thank you guys so much for plugging in. Thank you guys so much for working your businesses consistently through the summer, because the summer, a lot of what we do in the summer is what happens in August, September, and October. You know, it's those touches we make now that we wrap up in the next 3 months. So if we're not doing anything this month, then when we get to September and October, our calendars, our people to follow up with, they're just not there. So that's why it's so important to be consistent in our businesses, even through the summer. All right. Does anybody else have anything? Yes, go ahead, Krista.
Before we get off, the 3 closes, did you notice a difference? I mean, in my business, I felt like we did, because, you know, it was kind of inflated from GTC. So I needed the 3 closes. So were we going to do that again this month? Or
Yes, and I'm glad you reminded me of that. Yes, absolutely. And I will post that on our Team Boxer tomorrow about our 3 closes. So yeah, it's always that keeps us working with urgency and not waiting until the last half of the month. Because when you wait till the last half of the month to work your businesses, sometimes it's just overwhelming. So if we do as much as we can right now with the expectancy that we're closing our month, you know, on the 15th, then from the 15th to the 30th, our to reach our goal, we might not have as far to go, and we're assured to get to that goal if we work with urgency from now through the 15th. So yes, thank you, Krista. And I will post that on our Team Boxer tomorrow, because it definitely made a difference in your business this past month. So absolutely, and especially in sponsoring. Very good.
thank
Hey
you.
Kim, on
Yeah,
the sponsoring, you sent something today about send you information.
Yes. So
Do
if
you need
you
like their addresses or names, or what do you need?
I need their names, and if you would send me their addresses, that would keep me from looking it up.
Okay.
So yes, so you can text it to me, or you can Vox it to me. Anybody who earned or you know, who a new PC or new consultant with a 250 order, and I'll send them a mascara.
Okay.
Yeah. So name and address, if you have it. I can always look up their address, but it just, you know, takes click, 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 click. But if you send it to me, I don't have to do all those clicking.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right, guys. Thank you all so much for being on, and write those goals out for this month so you know where you're going. All right. Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.